What is up, Sopranos fans? Kino here, and I'm back with another Soprano log, Season 1, Episode 8, The Legend of Tennessee Moltisanti, which is a reference to the playwright Tennessee Williams, and we'll get into how the episode relates to him. So the episode opens with Larry's daughter's wedding. They're at this wedding for her, and they hear that the FBI are going to be pursuing indictments against some mobsters. They don't know who yet. They just know that they're going to come down. They decide that they need to go back home and clear their houses of any, illegal stuff. It's funny, actually. Big Pussy, he gave the daughter money for the wedding, and then he has to go into the wedding bag and take it back because he might need the money in case he has to go on the lam. But Tony goes back home, clears his house of illegal stuff, money, guns, all of that. Even Carmela's jewelry is stolen, so they had to get rid of it. And they end up stashing it at Livia's nursing home in her room. They figure that the FBI won't search there. Eventually, the FBI do come to search Tony's house. This is the first time we're introduced to Agent Dwight Harris, who would become a series regular. Love his character. I love his role in the series. And this is the first time we're introduced to him. The FBI are searching through his home. They don't find anything. One of the Italian FBI agents gets into a little confrontation with Tony. And then Tony ends up complaining later about how Italians are treated in America, which is paralleled by what Melfi is going through in this episode. We get to see her home life. We're first introduced to her son, her ex-husband, her family, and particularly her ex-husband really hates Italian stereotypes. He hates how Italians are portrayed in media as gangsters. And in this episode, he tries to convince her to drop Tony as a patient. She initially doesn't want to, but she's considering it because at the end of the episode, when she charges him for a session that he missed, because the FBI were investigating him, he missed that session. He gets really upset. He starts throwing money at her and calling her a call girl, and she starts to see an ugly side to him, the violent side that comes out when he gets news that is not pleasing to him. But also in this episode, Christopher is dealing with depression. He feels that his life is going nowhere. He wants to be this, recognized mobster. He wants to move up in the family, but he feels like his life is going nowhere. Even Brendan Filone is getting more recognition by being dead than he is. He goes through a lot of stuff. He's having nightmares about Emil Kohler, the guy he killed in the first episode. He ends up digging up the body because he thinks he buried it wrong. He gets pissed at this baker who's not serving him and ends up shooting him in the foot for no reason. And this is actually the first time where we see the actor who will play Vito in the second season. He's just a random extra in this scene, but they ended up liking him. They brought him back as to be a regular later on. Yeah, he's also trying to write a screenplay, which is obviously the connection between the title Tennessee William. Adriana calls him that. And Tennessee William actually struggled with depression, just like Christopher in this episode. So Christopher's trying to write a screenplay about the mob. He can't really do it. He's got writer's block. It's not flowing. He ends up feeling just like his life is never going to matter. He's not going to have an arc like the characters in his screenplay. Tony ends up trying to talk to him about depression and what he's going through, but Christopher ends up making fun of people who go through depression, which you can see that Tony is upset by, but he can't really say anything because nobody knows that he's in therapy right now, except for his mother, who found out last episode. And at the end of the episode, she tells Junior that Tony is in therapy, and this is going to be a big problem later on as the conflict between them grows. And we can see a little bit of a spark of the conflict at the beginning when Ray asks Tony what he thinks they should do. And then Junior snaps at him and is like, I'm the boss. Don't ask Tony. I'm the one who gives the orders here. So we can see that conflict brewing in the background. Christopher eventually snaps out of his depression at the end. Funny enough, because he sees his name in the newspaper with a list of mobsters. Which is not good, obviously. You don't want to draw attention to yourself in the mafia. But Christopher is young and he just wants that recognition. He wants to be somebody, and he finally at the end of the episode feels like he's on his way. Pretty good episode overall. I didn't really like the Melfi stuff. I found her family scenes kind of boring. They didn't really go anywhere. I know that they're using it to basically her to start questioning her relationship with Tony, but the husband was a little annoying. And yeah, overall good episode. Not an insane amount of things going on. So stay tuned for the next Soprano log coming soon.